One of the slide requirements is for you to find the best line or image in the poem and explain why you find it most impactful. You are going to quote the line or lines of the poem as part of your explanation. So let's work on that. All right. You can title it whatever you want. Something like that is fine. And then take a look at your poem and decide. Remember to number the lines so that you can quote from the poem, but decide which image you find most impactful. If image is not something that resonates with you as a word or a concept, just what sentence in the poem makes the most sense? What complete thought, what idea, or what fragment of an idea is most impactful to you? You may find that you are reusing some of the same lines that you used when you found an interesting word that you defined. Sometimes defining that word makes the image more impactful to you. That's quite frequently the case. So don't stress out if you are using some of the same lines that you've used before. I'm really trying not to use some of the same lines, and really a lot of these images have a good impact on me as a reader. So I want to show you how to, or remind you how to use block quotations. So I'm going to use this entire sentence, which goes over a couple of stanzas. They are both couplets here. So let's look at this sentence as a potential impactful image slide. The first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm keeping up with the numbers of these. So this is line 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I want to start with a big idea, sort of the main idea sentence, that kind of captures what I think the lines that I'm going to write about do. These lines are somewhat playful and have to do with the overall theme of the poem, which is please experience the poem and don't just look for the quick, easy meaning that you could answer a test question about. So let me now introduce the words of the poem. They're going to be a blocked quotation. So in a block format, you generally want to use a full sentence followed by a colon to introduce the lines of a blocked quotation. If you need to review the details about blocked quotations, you can pause and read this again. So I have used a full sentence that describes what it is these images or this image, this sentence that I'm about to quote will be doing. So the colon connects my words to the words I'm about to quote. If I do not use some of my own words and connect those words to the quotation in this way, then I have a dropped quotation, which is something you want to avoid. So make sure that you always have some of your own words connected to the beginning part of the quotation. Now I just copied and pasted in here, and it kind of made a crazy format. If I were writing an essay, I'd want everything to be double spaced, but I don't want everything double spaced. So you may have to play with that some. Maybe highlight and fix some spacing. You can look at spacing here, I think, in paragraph options. Yeah, you can fix your spacing that way. So I'll work on that. I do not want anything hanging here. And I want this to be 0. And I want everything single spaced. Let's see what happens. All right, so I still will have some backspacing to do, which is fine. Yeah, this will give me enough room to work with and make everything adjustable. Oops. So I still need to, so I don't have any quotation marks around a blocked quotation, but I still need to indent this over. It's not letting me tab to indent. It is letting me use the space bar. I do not advise using the space bar if you are working in a Word document, but we're working with PowerPoint here, so sometimes the space bar is a good option. I could probably go back to paragraph options here and do some, see, it went back to hanging. That's weird. But I could probably make some adjustments that way. But the point is, with a blocked quotation, introduce with a full sentence, then no quotation marks. And keep that end punctuation. This is not the norm. It's only for blocked quotations. You keep that end punctuation with the quotation and not after the parenthetical citation. So in previous quotations, we've moved the period to after the parenthetical citation. So if you are doing a blocked quotation, it's different. So make sure you pay attention to those details. Then, as always, after you've quoted something, you must write about the significance of the thing you've quoted. So don't end with a quotation, ever, ever, ever. Not in a PowerPoint, not in a in-class writing assignment, not in an essay. Always comment on what you've quoted. It will seem obvious to you why you've quoted what you've quoted, but it's not obvious to the reader, so you have to explain. Even if you feel like it's obvious, it's better to explain too much than not enough. So always, always explain after you've quoted something. So that hanging indent is happening here. But I just want to show you, it seems like, well, you don't need to say that again because you've just quoted it. It's obvious. Don't worry about that part. Go ahead and say it again. And then continue on with, well, what's the point of the mouse in the maze or the person in the room? So I'm going to continue on with that. All right, I'm going to fix that little hanging indent weirdness here back in my paragraph options. Where I want none, please. Thank you. But then that's weird. Can I just backspace it? Nope. Ah, I can. Isn't that weird? PowerPoint can be weird. I'm just hitting backspace and then enter, and it's fixing it. Not sure why that didn't do it, but anyway, let's now go to designer, see what my designer has for me. Ooh, I like that. That's kind of a maze and a guy. That fits with what I was saying. Oh, I don't like that that's so small. Can I make that bigger? I can. I want presentation, visual, bigness. And I can move this so that everybody can see everything I've written. So yeah, play with it. Make sure that you can see every word. Oh goodness, that went weird here. And my lines thing went weird. Okay, probably just going to pick a different one. This one. So sometimes just pick the one that keeps your formatting right. I like this better. Okay, I might need to make this bigger, but it might be okay. I'll work on it. But do make sure your works cited still has to be there. And this is kind of out of order, but on your works cited, you're going to make sure that you have done your works cited for a poem that is in the textbook will be cited this way, just like you would a poem with last name, comma, first name of the poet, title of the poem, and then all of this will stay the same. So you know what? I've told you before, I'm lazy. I'm not going to redo all this. I'm going to just put that there and then change the page numbers and the name of the author and title of poem. So let's get that done. It's going to go here because Collins is going to be what's first here. Paste that there. Collins. And Billy. And well, you get the point. I will do another video on the works cited so you can see. Great. Keep working on it. Let me know if you have questions.